Stop overthinking crypto. Let me show you how to trade spot on Bybit and make profits daily, even if you are a total beginner. So first thing first, what is spot trading? In a layman understanding, spot trading means buying real coin. So you are not literally leveraging on futures, you are buying real crypto assets. That means there will be no sort of like liquidation, no margin call. Everything has to do with buy low and sell high, as simple as that. When spot trading comes to your mind, buy low and sell high should also come to your mind as well. So I'm going to be using a very simple yet most effective strategy during the course of this video to show you how to buy low and sell high on Bybit Spot. That way you can get to make profit consecutively daily. So if that sounds like what you're interested in and you literally want to know how to go about all of this, hit the like button. Let's get in real fast. So in order to get started, there are a few steps that we will take to achieve this. The first step is to pick a particular crypto, a particular coin you intend to buy. And there are some reasons for picking any crypto, because you cannot just pick any random crypto out there. You have to pick the one that has good volume with a clear trend. Okay, so in order to pick the crypto, I'm going to be heading over to this section that says crypto, that you can see the BTC USDT icon there. That is where you can select pretty much all of the cryptocurrency you could ever think of. So click on that icon there. So after clicking it there, you get to realize that there are hundreds if not thousands of coins that you can literally use in doing this spot trading. So your obligation is to pick any one and make sure that you are on sports section. So on sports, we have to now be on USDT as well, USDT, because that is the crypto we will be using to buy those other coins. If you have USDT as well as your predominant currency, select that one. If you have USDE, you also select it, whichever one you have. But for me, I have only USDT, and that's the one I'll be using to demonstrate all of this during the course of this video. So like I said, you are going to be picking the crypto that has a good volume and a clear trend. Okay, so the crypto that has a good volume is going to be displayed right below the coin. Each coin has its unique volume. Like this first one, XAUT, it has about 55.9 million volume, as you can see there, right below there. This other one has about 53 million. This one has about 38 million. The list goes on and on and on. So a good volume, if you should ask Google or ChatGPT what a good volume means when it comes to crypto, you get to realize that majority of the time they will tell you that a good volume is from 5 million and above. Any coin at all that has up to 5 million and above, it is a clear sign of a good volume, by the way. So that's what we'll be using to pick any of this coin. Okay, anyone that has way above 5 million traded volume within the last 24 hours is a clear sign of a good volume, and it is suitable for spot trading. So pick any one at all that has those range I have mentioned. So let's go for this one called Asta. Here we go. This one, it has about 19 million, which is pretty okay. So after picking any of the crypto, you click on it. Based off of the volume, it is time to identify the trend, because after identifying the trend, it will give you a clue to know if the coin is in an uptrend or a downtrend. If it's in a downtrend, that is where you will probably avoid the coin. We are only buying coin that is in an uptrend. That's the rule I'll be using during the course of this video. That's the strategy as well. So in order to check if this coin is in an uptrend, you will need to probably head over to this section that says when you probably navigate, you get to realize that there is a chart here, these two candles right at the top. So click on that two little candles. So right here, as you can see, we have a low. Let me keep it very simple for those of you that do not know how to identify an uptrend. If the market is in an uptrend, or if a coin is in an uptrend, you are going to see new highs and new lows. So we have a high here, we have another high here, we have another high. So there are about 1, 2 lows. So we can clearly see that this coin is in an uptrend, which is one of the confirmation that you probably watch out for before taking a buy. So we have clearly see on the 15-minute chart that this coin is clearly in an uptrend. So now we will go ahead to buy this coin, because it has given us a clue that buyers are probably in control. That's what you should be watching out for. So in order to now proceed in buying the coin, you are going to now click on buy right here that says buy. You click on it. Once you click on there, it will redirect you back to the spot trading section, and then we will go ahead to buy this coin at a discounted price. What I meant by a discounted price is that you are buying the coin below the current value of the asset. That way you get to probably avoid some unnecessary fees, because if you are aiming to buy it instantly, like with the current market price, there might be some fees applicable. So that's the more reason buying is slightly below the current value right now. Right now the coin is about 1.1280 approximately. If you are going to buy it at this price, the fee might be probably very high in some scenarios. So that's the more reason we will need to use a limit order that we will use to place this buy order below the current value of the market. As simple as that. That is where you will need to switch this to limit. If yours is on market, switch it up to limit. So after then, limit is already there on my own. We will need to now set the price to about 1.12. Let's put that 1.1250 or probably 75. Just a little slightly below the current value. So after then, you set this icon to your intended ratio, either 100% like this, or 50% or 20%, whichever amount you intend to use in buying the coin. So mine, I'll be using about 100% of it, and then I will go ahead and click on buy right here. As simple as that. When you click on buy, this should probably go through, and then you click on buy one more time again, and that should be it. So right now the price is probably not closer for it to be filled. You will need to wait for a couple of minutes, and after waiting and it successfully gets filled, as you can see, the coin is already moving because the uptrend was probably identified. So we need to wait for that little retracement for our order to be filled before any possible continuation. So that's the more reason you wait for the buy limit order to be activated. After it gets filled, you now head over to sell and now change the price to 8%, 3 to 8% above the current value you got it for. So that should be 8% above 1.1275. So when you put it there, you set your limit order as well, and when the price gets to that point, your coin should be sold for you automatically. So that's how it's done. But usually some people do put stop losses in some cases. That's the more reason when you are dealing with an huge capital, like the capital that is probably very important to you, using a stop loss will be very necessary. But if you are doing it with the money that is probably like a spare money that you can afford to lose, putting a stop loss is not like really necessary, because there might be ups and downs before any possible limit order getting triggered, if you know what I'm talking about. So you have to probably know how your portfolio looks like, okay, and then you can take the decision with what I've just said. So in the meantime, that'll be all for now. If you want to know more tutorials, like a step-by-step tutorial, comment Bybit on the comment section and I will send you the link for a step-by-step tutorial, because majority of you might be very strange with all of this.